My body went from this and this to this, and this, all through a high protein calorie deficit. So everybody lock in, calorie deficit class is in session because I want you to have the body of your dreams. You deserve it. And this is all the stuff I wish I learned as a beginner. So what is a calorie deficit? A calorie deficit is where you are burning more calories than you are consuming. However, you hear the terms losing weight and fat loss thrown around so much, especially on Gym Talk. So what is losing weight? It is basically losing fat and muscle. I'm not the biggest fan of this because why? It'll lead you to skinny fat at some point down the line because muscle will go before fat. So how can we avoid that? We can do a fat loss calorie deficit. And that can be done through a high protein calorie deficit. A fat loss is where you are losing fat and maintaining and or gaining muscle. And yes, you can gain muscle in a calorie deficit. It has been proven that yes, you can still build muscle in a deficit. So is losing weight good? Yes, it is. But for majority people that are not above 500 pounds, fat loss will be the better answer. It'll keep you from going to skinny fat as well as it'll keep the calorie deficit a lot easier for you. I get questions all the time. What are some workouts that I can do to lose belly fat? What are some workouts I can do to face fat? How can I lose back fat? How can I lose arm fat? This, and this. There are no workouts. You better listen to me right now. There are no workouts that you can do to spot reduce fat. You cannot spot reduce fat. That doesn't exist. Your only answer is going to be a calorie deficit. And what's a calorie deficit? Yes, burning more calories than you are consuming. Look at, you're literally nailing it already. Okay, so you understand what a calorie deficit is. You understand the difference between losing weight and fat loss. You understand that your only option to get fat loss is through a calorie deficit. You may not spot reduce fat. That doesn't exist. It's a myth. So, really quickly, when you see arm burning exercise, that's bullshit. They just want your views. They want your time. They want you wrapped around their finger. Okay, let's move on. So now that we know what a calorie deficit is, how can it be done? It is very simple once you understand. So you can do this by eating less, exercising more, and eating less. So I get a lot of comments, what if I move 10,000 steps a day? Yes, getting your steps in is amazing, but if you are not eating less, you are not going to lose fat. It's not going to happen. You cannot do anything to lose fat besides eating less. Yes, you can exercise more, but that also comes with eating less. So you understand that, but let's do the how-to. How are we actually going to lose fat? So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Safari or Google and use the Calorie Calculator app. And this is just to get an idea. It's not going to be spot on, but it gives you a little bit of an insight on where your maintenance is, which your maintenance is basically how many calories you eat without gaining fat and or losing fat. So fill out all that information. It's going to ask you your age. It's going to ask you your height. It's going to ask you your weight. It's going to ask you how much you're exercising a week. So once you have that maintenance number, okay, you're going to subtract 300 to 500 calories from this maintenance number. Okay, that's how many calories you're going to be eating in this deficit. Subtracting this calories from your maintenance is going to put your body in a calorie deficit, which a calorie deficit is going to cause your body to use fat as energy. Calories are a source of energy. When you eat too many calories, it gets stored as fat because it is unnecessary, and it's technically saving the calories and storing it as fat for later, just in case your body is going into survival mode and it needs something to get energy from. It's so neat. It's literally a source of energy. So it's literally energy going in, energy going out. I'm not even kidding. So when you're not feeding it extra energy, where is it getting this extra energy from? The fat in your body. However, it'll also take it from muscle. So how are we going to stay in our fat loss? Eating a high protein calorie deficit. This is going to allow us to maintain muscle and gain muscle. This will cause the energy to be taken from fat versus muscle, which is what we want in the body. So let's move on to the next page. Okay, so the calorie deficit has been explained. So let's say you are in a 500 calorie deficit every day for 6 weeks, just for example. So math and learning time, you better lock in. So what is 500 times 7? Okay, so a 500 calorie deficit, 7 days a week. That is 3,500 calories. That's how many calories that you are not eating. And let's look up here. How many calories are in 1 pound of fat? 3,500 calories are in 1 singular pound of fat. Now, so let's do 3,500 times 6. That is going to take us to 21,000 calories. So What is 21,000 divided by 3,500? That gives us 6. So that means if you are in a 500 calorie deficit every day, 7 days a week, for 6 weeks, you're going to lose 6 pounds of fat if you do this correctly. You guys have no idea how much 6 pounds of fat is. Let me show you what 1 pound of fat is. This is an example of 1 pound of fat. Now imagine that 6 times, or let's say you were in a calorie deficit for 8 weeks. Imagine this 8 times. The math makes sense. It adds up. Now look at, you just learned all that. You're literally eating it up today. Okay, so let's move on to my reasoning on why you should eat in a high protein calorie deficit. High protein calorie deficit, okay? You need to listen to me now. I'm gonna get pissed. I'm being dead ass. Like, I need you to lock in. So what's our first reason? 1, it keeps you from skinny fat. Why? Your body's gonna look for energy and it's gonna take it from your fat versus your muscle. Having muscle allows you to look leaner, and burning the fat off of the muscle allows the muscle to show, making you look nice and snatched. 2, it allows you to feel full and satiated. Protein is going to keep you full. It's going to not let you overeat. It's not going to make you want to snack because it keeps you satiated. 3, you burn calories when digesting protein. Not when you digest carbs, your body isn't burning calories. When you are digesting protein, you are most literally burning calories because your body is breaking it down. 4, you'll look more lean. As I said before, having muscle and a little bit of fat will make you be lean. And 5, you can continue to build muscle and or maintain muscle in this calorie deficit, which is what you want. You may not think you want it, you do. Trust me, I was skinny fat for a whole year. That's why I'm sharing this, you guys, because I need you to not fail. I mean, fail is good. Failing is good, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, second to last thing. How long should you be in a calorie deficit for? Unless you're bodybuilding, unless you are doing a bikini show, whatever the hell, I would not recommend more than 12 to 6 weeks. Why, you may ask, but I want to lose 35 pounds of fat. I'm going to just guess that, no shame if you're like above 500 pounds, but if you're above 500 pounds, there's really no need for that. You really have no idea how much 1 pound goes a long way. The reason why you don't want to go more than 12 to 6 weeks is because your body will adapt to the calories that are being consumed. Your metabolism will adapt to the calories being consumed, meaning your old maintenance is no longer your maintenance. Your new maintenance is going to be the amount of calories that you are consuming in your deficit. Once your metabolism adapts, then you'll no longer be burning fat. You'll just be at a plateau standstill with a little less energy than you normally would, which is not necessarily what we want. Calorie deficits shouldn't be a long-term thing. They should be a short-term, crazy goal-changing thing. So, last thing, oh, but I've been in a calorie deficit. I literally have been doing everything and I'm still not losing fat. It's bullshit. You need this little powder. You need to fuck off because that's not true. I'm kidding. You cannot outrun thermodynamics, okay? That is literally just body functioning real life. You cannot outrun thermodynamics. If you're in a proper calorie deficit, meaning you're counting the butter, meaning you're not underestimating how many calories you're eating, meaning you're being true to yourself about how much you're actually eating, you will lose fat. Thermodynamics cannot be outran. Okay, take your pictures. Go get Body Tea Girl. I hope you learned something. I really want you to succeed. Love you to death. Bye.